Hello again, YouTube. It's the Truth Blaster, blasting you with the truth. Yeah, I gotta excuse the beard. Freshen up after this. I know some of y'all, oh, he look unkempt. But listen, on this one I'm gonna talk about, let me just get situated. Emasculation. Now, I wrote the definition down. Just so for those of you who don't know, you say, what did emasculate mean? Emasculate means to deprive one of his male role or identity, to make weaker or less effective. And listen, emasculation started in the Garden of Eden. That's where it started. Why was Eve even talking to begin with? See, everybody want to talk about rights, W rights, this, that, and the other. But for things to flow and for the family unit to flow properly and effectively, people have to both do their assigned by God roles. Not assigned by any country, not assigned by any ideology or philosophy of any country, but assigned by the Creator. And what does that mean? It means that men have to be men and women have to be women. No role reversal. Just like that. Men have to be men, women have to be women. Now, I would have titled this one, let me see a good title. Never be emasculated. I'm stuttering. Never be emasculated in church or in any parts of this world. And I'm talking to men today. Because see, a lot of y'all, you come from the streets. Like, I grew up in when I was little, the neighborhood was good, but then we started to grow up during the time of the Bloods and the Crips and Boys in the Hood and Minister Society, all of that, and our neighborhood became that. Became one of the most notorious neighborhoods in the city of Milwaukee. And then it was like a car crash. I came to the faith. I became a believer. Initially, I was a Christian, as you could say. Now I just believe. I'm just a believer. I'm just a person of the book. I don't claim to be a Christian. Definitely not no Muslim. Muslim is a copycat of a Christian. No disrespect. But if you know the history, you'll know what I'm saying. So, but what I saw in the church, I saw guys being emasculated. I saw guys taking the back seat, if you will, thinking that God is going to be pleased with their wife, pushing things and running the show. And I saw that in every Christian church that I went in. You know, and the guys who weren't going for it, they often were criticized. Like one particular guy, he was kind of different from his brothers. So all his brothers wanted to bring up is what he did. Because they, you know, it's a long story. I'm not going to even get into that because we already 4 minutes in. But what do I mean by not being emasculated? What I mean is you don't let no pastor control your household. Because 9 times out of 10, I saw pastors taking these women's side on things. You be a man. You understand the word. You learn the word. You do what you do. Because people will start making up stuff that's not even in the Bible. Wasn't no such thing as a casino during biblical days. And remember, sin is not taken into account when there is no law. See, that's where people get emasculated. The stuff that they like doing, whether it be drinking a beer, watching a game, whether it be now you at You watch Sunday, you watch football every Sunday of your life, and now you done got saved. You in the Bible and stuff like that, and now you not watching football. Like, you after church, you doing this, you doing that. That's a minor emasculation. Everything that distinguishes you as a male, when you allow supervisors, pastors, wives, kids, or anything else to diminish your machismo, the things that you do that make you a man, that separate you from being a woman, all those things, it varies from each man. When you allow people to change that, you're being emasculated. If you're the type of person that don't take no mess, and you come to faith, you still supposed to be a person that don't take no mess. But now the only difference is when you react, you're supposed to react with God's wisdom. Like in the 90s, he's getting in shootouts, fighting, all this. But you don't result to that unless you have an unlearned, demonic person that takes you there. And that's another point. If somebody punch you in the face, and then you try to stagger and turn the other cheek, and they still coming at you, bang, 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 and you think that God is going to be mad at you, the same God that got mad at Saul for not destroying everybody in that city, the same God that when he wanted his people to take over a city, he told them no survivors. You are being emasculated. You're not supposed to become a punk when you get saved. And just like in relationship, you started out, you was dictating to the women. Now you married and she dictating everything to you. You say, let's go do this, let's go do that. No, I have to do this for pastor. And how are you taking no from a woman and you didn't take no in the past? You're being emasculated. You're being emasculated. I know dudes that it's like they barely wanted to even have guns in the house after they came to faith. But before faith, they had plenty of guns in the house. You're not being a man going around shooting people for dumb reasons, but you should be the protector and the provider of your family. So if you have 6 guys, 6 demonic, unsaved, never gonna be saved guys, and they come into your house to pillage your house and your family, you should be able to match them. And if you got sons, your sons should be ready for the fight too. Not you don't let your wife emasculate your sons too. Now your sons, they won't fight. They don't know. Sometimes they need to fight and they won't. Don't go for that stuff. That's not marriage. That's demonic. That's Baphomet. That's half. We ain't we for the sake of YouTube already censoring me, I'm not gonna say what I was getting ready to say. But I'm gonna revisit this subject. Thanks for watching.